So the first day we got to the conference in Oregon, I had been praying, asking God to give me words of knowledge, and honestly I hadn't received one the entire day. But then Saturday morning I woke up and I wasn't even thinking about it, and all of a sudden I just saw a picture of a woman who had neck pain and some kind of upper back pain, and then I knew that it was because she had been rear-ended in an accident. And so Saturday all day I kind of forgot about it, never found anybody like that. And then at the end of the evening somebody came up for prayer, and someone else actually had a word of knowledge for her. Oh, you have neck pain, don't you? And so they ended up bringing her to me for prayer, and as she begins telling me, oh, I have neck pain, I thought, oh, I wonder if this is the lady. And she said, and like shoulder pain, and then she said, and it was because I was in a car accident. I got rear-ended 9.5 years ago. And so then I told her, well, let me just encourage you that God told me about this morning. So she was encouraged that He wanted to heal her. And then she began to tell her story, and they had been rear-ended in that accident on a day when they were coming home from chemotherapy treatment for their son. And when the accident happened, something got crushed on him that made it impossible for him to continue getting chemotherapy treatment until that was repaired. So during that time, the cancer spread to his whole body, and essentially that's what ended up taking his life. And when she told me this, I just had this deep sorrow. It was like I could feel the loss of it myself, and I just began to weep with her, and we sat there and cried. I think it was like over an hour. We just sat there and cried deeply, and I felt the pain as if I had lost someone myself. And the whole time I wanted to bring it to an end, because it's not that fun to sit there and be sad. But I just kept feeling the Lord telling me, don't try to give her a word, don't try to make it better, don't try to say something, just cry with her. And I was reminded of that verse that says, weep with those who weep. So we just sat there and cried, and then the Lord eventually gave me Psalm 84, and I looked it up and read it to her, and it was very touching, and just she began to cry more, and I believe the Lord was doing just a healing work in her heart. And then it moved into a time where we began to just break off. She had a lot of guilt and a lot of what ifs and all kinds of things, and we just began to break off all those, any agreement with those lies from the enemy. And as we did that, I just saw the blood of Jesus just washing her clean and just washing all those what ifs away as if they were feathers. And then as we did that, I turned my head and my neck popped twice. And so I told her, you know, my neck just popped. My neck doesn't pop. Why don't you check your neck? How's it feeling? And she began to turn. She said, wow, that's really cool. And I said, is it better? And she said, yeah. I'm like, really? Like all the way better? And I think by the end of the evening, it was almost all the way better. She said there was still a little tightness, but it was dramatically better, and the pain was mostly gone. And then it was really awesome for her, because she had had promises from the Lord that she would walk in healing and minister to others, but every time she tried to step out and do that, she had a lot of guilt and doubt because of her son passing away. And so after that night, breaking off all those agreements, the next day we went out on a treasure hunt, and she ministered to people, saw them healed, and she just was glowing and telling us it was so simple. And so it was awesome to watch her get a breakthrough at so many levels, healing for her heart, healing for her body, and being able to minister in power and love to other people. So God is so good.